What is going on YouTube? My name is SolarMedicated and welcome back to I have no idea what's playing in the background. It's anything from MW2, COD 4, CSGO, surfing, or hell, maybe even just some random gameplay on Xbox One from some other game, but I have no idea. But what I do know is this was the first video you guys were supposed to see after my like 1.5 week break off of YouTube. I mentioned in my newest vlog that there was kind of some stuff that I needed to talk about and might lead to me possibly taking a break off YouTube. And at the time of recording that part of the video, I wasn't sure whether I was taking a break or not, but needless to say, I did. I took probably about, I would say 9 days off, 10 days off of YouTube, and pretty much from everything else in general. Like, I didn't make videos, I didn't upload, I did pretty much nothing. I worked a few days, well, I worked the majority of my break, but I still had a few days where I just did absolutely nothing. But I feel I shouldn't, you know, take a week and a half off of making YouTube videos without some form of explanation. So that's what this video is about, and again, it was supposed to go up after my break, but I didn't really want to record it, so I never did, so I just kept uploading, you know, like CSGO highlighted vlogs and Let's Plays and stuff like that. But I figured it was about time that I actually did record this video, so it's not, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, it's not really, but the backstory kind of is. Recently, and by recently I mean, well, probably 2 weeks ago, a little longer than 2 weeks ago, I received some news that was kind of shitty news, but it didn't really faze me all that much, and I'll get into that just in a second. But it was still enough for me to consider taking a break from, well, just everything. And first I want to talk about this little backstory I was talking about just real quick. This news is about my father. Now, I don't think I've ever mentioned my dad on a YouTube video. I know I've talked about him to friends and stuff like that, but I can't recall ever taking it to YouTube. So, long story short, me and my father do not have the closest relationship. Now, my dad is a good man. He is a very good man when he's on his medicine. He has some mental issues. He's bipolar and schizophrenic, and he's dealt with depression for a very long time. All of that piled on top of being an alcoholic, it really took a toll on him, and it really took a toll on his behavior and just him as a person in general. But anytime he was actually on his medicine and he stayed on his medicine, he was a stand-up guy. He went to work when he was supposed to. He was a good husband. He was a good father. He was a good man in general. However, because of his mental problems, everybody in the family suffered a little bit from those, including my mother. My mother, probably the worst of them. And frankly, I love my mother. I am a complete and total mama's boy, despite me being manly as all hell. But for a couple years, I had tried to convince my mother to leave my dad because of all the shit that was going on. Because as I mentioned, he never wanted to stay on his medicine, and it, again, took a toll on everybody in the house. And there were times where me and my dad got into it. Like, there was one actual time where we both got physical, and we just kind of started wailing on one another, but didn't last very long. But even after all that, I would like to reiterate, he is a good man at heart. So as soon as he actually finally left, because it took a while to actually get him to leave, I didn't really want anything to do with him. And to this date, I have not talked nor seen my father in probably over 3 years now. My brother, on the other hand, has gone to see him because my brother has a daughter and, you know, he wanted her to see her grandfather, which I completely understand. Plus, my brother is not really one to hold a grudge, however, I kind of am. And even though I don't have the biggest problem with my dad anymore, I still don't exactly want to go see him. But for the past couple months, both my mom and my brother have been trying to tell me to, you know, go see my dad before, you know, something bad might happen. Because my dad is, well, he's old. He's my father. He's an older guy, and he does not have the best health. So, you know, they worry and they want me to go see him before something bad happens, which I can understand, but something bad kind of did happen, and my mother brought me on to the back porch, or brought me out to the back porch. She told me she had some news about my dad, and automatically the worst thought came to my head. Like, I thought he had passed away, and, you know, I thought that's what she was going to tell me, but it was still pretty crappy news. And she told me that he had recently been to the doctor and got a checkup, and they actually ended up doing a CAT scan on him, which showed that he had stage 3 lung cancer. After hearing that, I kind of just wanted to take a little bit of a break off of, well, everything. It didn't really hit me hard. I just wanted to kind of, you know, soak up that information and take a break. Originally, it was supposed to be a week off, but I took, again, about 10 days off. And time just got away from me, and then videos were kind of sketchy because work was picking up. Speaking of work, if you want to see me stranded in Columbus, Ohio with a broke down truck, then I really recommend watching my next vlog, because that was, that was just fucking awesome timing. Also, sorry / you're welcome, because there's no face cam. I don't know if that's kind of a pro or a con, but I usually do a face cam, and today I'm not because I just don't really feel like it. Plus, you know, it's been a while since I've just kind of sat here and done a voiceover, so it's not bad. But I think I'm going to go and wrap this video up here, guys, most because I have absolutely nothing else to fucking talk about. That was really just the main thing. I gave the backstory, I gave the reason, so that's really all I plan to record. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment if you have not yet subscribed, and share the channel with your friends. It would really help me a lot. And as always, game on. Like, kind of punch in the chest feeling, if you know what I mean. That is the exact feeling I had when I found out what had just fucking happened, and that was probably about $250, $270 worth of items that I lost at the click of a button.